Welcome to Mindset Monday, where we don't play nice with your excuses. This is the Bad Influence podcast, the one they warn you about. I'm Jordan Banderas, and I'm not here to cuddle you. I'm here to help you take back control of your mind. So if you're tired of letting overthinking run your life, this is your call to wake the hell up. Let's rebuild your mental game from the ground up. So, I have realized that in life, there comes a moment when you realize leadership isn't about being seen. It's about being steady. It's not about standing in front of people. It's about standing firm in your truth, even when nobody's clapping. Because real leadership doesn't perform. No, it doesn't. It perseveres. And sometimes to lead, you've got to turn your back to the crowd and face the damn music. It's true. Just think about it. Because you can't conduct an orchestra while facing the audience. You have to trust your rhythm. You have to listen deeper than the noise. Feel the tempo when no one else hears it yet. And when you finally turn away from the applause, that's when the masterpiece begins. So stop chasing claps and start creating the symphony. Because applause feeds the ego. But silence, silence reveals the leader. It's true. It is so damn true. When did you first realize not everyone was meant to understand your vision? Ooh, that's a good question, isn't it? Maybe it hit you the first time you shared your dream and got silence instead of support. Or when you spoke from conviction and the room got uncomfortable. Has that ever happened to you? Oh, it happens to me all the time. That's when you learn. Vision isn't a group project. It's a calling. And callings rarely come with applause. The moment you stop expecting everyone to get it is the moment you start moving different. You stop explaining. You stop convincing. You just build. Because the ones who doubt you today, they'll be quoting you tomorrow. But only if you stop performing for them long enough to prove them wrong. You tell yourself you're inspiring people, right? You tell yourself that. But sometimes you're just feeding the crowd. You're dancing for likes, not leading with truth. Because somewhere along the way, you confuse leadership with entertainment. But leadership isn't choreography. No, it is not. It's conviction. Because you're not here to be adored. You're here to be aligned. Who taught you that being liked mattered more than being right? Maybe it started in childhood. Approval was survival. Silence was safety. You learned to smile through discomfort, to nod through disagreement, to shrink your truth for peace. But peace built on pretending isn't peace. It's paralysis. You've swallowed words that were meant to free you. Let's be honest. Yes, you have done it. You've bitten your tongue so long it bled into resentment. Let's be honest again. Yes, you have done that. You've worn politeness like armor until it became your cage. Be honest. We all have done that. But the truth doesn't die when you bury it. It festers until you face it. And the day you speak it, that's the day your leadership begins. Leadership isn't born in applause. It's born in isolation. In those moments when you whisper, enough. When you stop adjusting your truth for comfort. When you look around, realize nobody's clapping, and still keep going. Because that's what leaders do. They move before the world understands why. So be honest. Be absolutely honest. And be absolutely and completely honest. How often does leadership feel like loneliness disguised as purpose? Well, guess what? You're not alone. You're just ahead. The further you rise, the fewer people can see what you see. And that distance, that's not rejection, it's range. You're not isolated, you're elevated. You waste energy explaining your vision to people who only understand reflection. They can't see your skyscraper, they're still building sandcastles. It's true. While you're building a skyscraper so freaking tall that you can see the whole city, the people that you're trying to impress, the people that you're trying to explain your vision, they're still building sandcastles. So they're not going to understand what you're trying to tell them. So stop handing blueprints to people with crayons. You don't owe anyone an explanation, just results. Let your masterpiece speak for itself. What parts of you still crave their applause? Let me ask you that, because that's a good question. Is it the insecure part, the version raised on validation? But that version of you can't lead. That's something that you need to understand. You have to bury him. You can't lead from approval addiction. No, you cannot. You lead from clarity, courage, and conviction. Just think about it. But I have another good question for you. What if being misunderstood isn't rejection? What if it's recognition? That you're building something original. No one clapped for the first fire. No one celebrated the first wheel. No one believed the first dreamer until the dream became undeniable. Being misunderstood isn't a curse. It's confirmation. So, can you accept that solitude is part of the blueprint? That clarity requires distance from noise? Every leader you admired walked through the wilderness of doubt. So you're not being abandoned, you're being sharpened. You are not lost, you're being refined into direction. Turning your back on the crowd isn't arrogance, it's alignment. It's saying, I'm done performing. It's knowing your eyes belong to the vision, not the validation. Because purpose doesn't live in the spotlight. It lives in the shadows where you build it. And when it's ready, the light will find it. There was a time I thought leadership meant being understood. I cared way too much about what people thought, especially when I told them I was starting a podcast. You could see it in their faces, that smirk. That look that said, oh, that's cute. Another guy chasing a dream. At first, I explained it. I told them about the message, the mission, and the people I wanted to help. The more I explained, the smaller I felt. Because they were not listening. No, they were not. They were waiting for me to fail. They wanted to say, told you so. And that's when it hit me. Most people won't understand your purpose because it doesn't fit inside their perspective. You can't expect someone standing in the crowd to understand the view from the stage. That's a good one, huh? And you have to understand that. When you're in the stage, you have a different point of view than someone in the crowd. And it wasn't just strangers doing this to me. Even at work, I saw it. Different position, different responsibility, and suddenly, I was the enemy. People threw jabs, whispered, questioned why I got the role. Like leadership was luck instead of earned. And I'm sure a lot of you are going through something similar right now, especially at work. If you get a promotion, people are going to look at you a different way. So at least for me, for a while, I let it get to me. And I don't want you to let that get to you. I overthought everything I said. I dimmed my light so others wouldn't feel small. Until one day, I realized I was shrinking to fit into rooms I'd already outgrown. That's when I stopped explaining. I stopped performing for approval and I started building in silence. Because I realized I don't need applause. I need alignment. I don't need them to see the vision. I just need to stay committed to creating it. Now, when someone doesn't get it, I smile. Yeah, I do. Because I finally understand. They're not supposed to. Leadership doesn't live in validation. It lives in conviction. And the ones who can't see your purpose today, they'll be quoting your words tomorrow. It's true. They'll be quoting your words tomorrow. Just you wait and see. You keep asking, how do I get people to follow me? But that's the wrong question. Ask instead, how do I become worth following? Because people don't follow titles, they follow truth. And truth doesn't need to convince, it just needs to exist. You don't attract followers, you attract mirrors. They're drawn to what they recognize in you, the version of themselves they're too scared to embody. That's leadership. Awakening the courage in others by living it first. That's what leadership is all about. You don't need to shout to lead. No, you don't. You just need to stand so firmly in your truth that silence becomes magnetic. Validation fades. Vision endures. So stop chasing likes for living your truth. Start building a legacy for speaking it when no one else will. And that's what you need to do. Because the loudest one in the room isn't the leader. It's the one who can't handle silence. Real leaders move with quiet confidence. It is so true. So here's your test. What's one area of your life where you're performing instead of leading? That's where your freedom's hiding. Turn your back to the audience and face your truth. It's time to conduct your own damn symphony. So stop apologizing for outgrowing rooms. Stop dimming your vision to make the blind comfortable. Stop waiting for permission to lead. Leaders don't ask for approval. No, they don't. They move with authority, even when the world's too scared to follow. And when doubt shows up, and it will, remember this. You're not behind. You're ahead of the echo. You're not rejected. You're redirected. You're not losing people. You're losing noise. Silence is just the sound of you stepping into your next level. It is so true. That's how my life has been. Every time it gets more and more silent, I notice that it's because I'm stepping into my next level. And I want you to do the same. Because leadership isn't about being seen, it's about being steady. It's not about standing in front of people, it's about standing firm in your truth. You can't conduct an orchestra while facing the audience. So turn your back. Trust your rhythm. Let the music speak for itself. Because the ones who dare to turn away from the crowd are the only ones who ever lead it. Don't chase applause. Stop doing that. Create art. Don't seek validation. Build vision. And when the noise fades, your truth will still echo. So face forward, stand tall, lead quietly, but lead powerfully. Because true leadership isn't about being followed, it's about being felt. The crowd might not understand you today, but one day they'll play the song you wrote with your silence. And that's when they'll finally realize you were conducting the whole time. And remember, the choice is yours. And that's it for today. If this hit you in the gut, good. That's your signal to wake the hell up. No more waiting for clarity. Create it. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss the next breakthrough. Share this with someone stuck in their head, and let's build a world of self-led warriors. This is the Bad Influence Podcast. Until next time, think sharper, live louder, never settle, and have a great day.